Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 9 of Pentacles. Wow, look at that. This is gain. This is a card of growth on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. Your life is getting better and better and growing in every way. Okay? Your life is going to expand. There's going to be more abundance. There's going to be more work to do. But this is the card that's saying the work that you've been doing is going to pay off. Okay? This is the card of the visible sign of progress. It's something that we can see. Okay, something that we can measure, something that we can hold in our hand. Yeah. Let's put this card into a little bit of context. This is a really good way to start. A really, really good way to start, Gemini. And then we have the Prince of Pentacles, the builder. We have the Princess of Wands, the kind of creative experiment. We have the pressure cooker, the art or temperance card. We've got the 10 of Wands, right? Maximum effort. We've got the moon card. Interesting. A little bit of apprehension about the future because this is a doorway. This is a doorway on the other side. We don't know what's waiting for it, but we know that, look, we've got pretty good energy with us. So we're pretty prepared to go through this doorway. Okay? This is a little bit of, I don't think you're hesitating, but I think you're at the edge of a dark, scary wood. And what do you do when you're at the edge of a dark, scary wood? Well, you go into it, right? We have an 8 of Wands. 10 of Cups. Look at that. Maximum effort, maximum reward. And this is how you do it, right? We got the Chariot, and finally we have a 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is, to me, this is wonderful. This is a kind of... This is a very significant change, okay? And what we see with the 5 of Pentacles, I know the 5 of Pentacles, right? We think, darn, 5 of Pentacles at the end. No, this is actually very good. Because if you look at this card, you can see that there's light breaking forth from underneath these discs, these big slabs of concrete that are crusted over the light. You have been steadily working away, chiseling away at something. And it's all these pieces are about to fall away, and the light is going to be shining radiant. You can see it already starting to shine through the cracks. Okay? What that means is the breakthrough's here. You're going through this doorway. It's kind of like at this point, you don't know if the breakthrough's going to happen. You don't know if you're ever really going to hit, if it's going to hit, right? But you're kind of trusting in your intuition here. Even though this is a dark, scary forest, there's no promise, there's no guarantee. You can't see what's on the other side of the door, yet you're going in anyway. That requires a pretty decent amount of trust in the divine here, okay? Trust the feeling. This is going to be, it's going to feel like an overnight change. This is the threshold. This is a doorway. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it over here with Michael Scott right on top. I love The Office. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below. Now, as we look around the room, we do see 1, 2, 3 major arcana energies. The pressure cooker, the dark, scary doorway, and of course, the questing knight on the chariot going through the dark, scary forest with your chariot, with your horses and your carriage, right? It's kind of gives me like a Sleepy Hollow kind of vibe. We've got fire, fire, fire. You got the good water. The good water energy. No swords cards here. Yeah? And then we've got earth, earth, and more earth. So no swords cards here. I think that's significant too, because I feel like you're not hesitating. I feel like you're not overthinking it. It would be very easy to get to sort of slow the horses down, back on the horses, at the edge of the dark, scary wood, and think, should I go in there? I wonder what's in there. What could possibly be in there? Monsters? Yeah, probably monsters. And our mind starts going, right? A mile an hour, right? It's the Office reference, Michael Scott reference. We start overthinking it. And pretty soon we end up turning away from the dark, scary forest, and we just go back home. We go back to where we were. We have to take this leap. This is kind of like we've been doing all this good work. We've got to step into the unknown now. The only way forward is forward, right? The only way to this breakthrough is to break through, right? The only way to change is to change. Yeah. And I feel like this is going to feel like an overnight change, even though you've been putting in work for a long time, right? This is the moment where it hits. Everyone else is going to look at you and say, overnight success. Yeah, right. So, if we start overthinking it, we're doomed. And so you're not hesitating. You got no swords cards here. Doesn't mean you're not thoughtful. Doesn't mean you're not intelligent. It just means that we're not letting our own logical mind talk us out of it. That we're trusting in the intuition. I expect the mystery card to be an ace of swords or the sun card. Yeah. Let's do a divine doorway card while we're here with this divine doorway. Oh, I guess that's the one. Wanted to come over right away. A cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. You got to take that leap of faith. Maybe this will be the Fool, or the Hanged Man even. You got to do it. This is what is on the other side of it. You know that the breakthrough's on the other side. You know that your happy life, your success, your Big Rock Candy Mountain, maybe your Empress life is on the other side of this doorway. The future's on the other side of this doorway. Everything you've been longing for is on the other side of this. Okay? You've got to keep going. And I think it's getting scary now. It's getting scary because you have put everything you have into this, all your fire going into this earth. Okay, that you've invested so much in this already that it's kind of scary now to think like maybe this is it. Maybe this is the doorway where you, you put your YouTube channel takes off, or the publisher kind of calls you back and wants to publish your book, or you get hired to do the thing, or you're being given that promotion or whatever. I don't know what it is. Right? It's not the point. Well, the point is how you're doing it and why you're doing it. Yeah. The cure for longing. Choose boldly, and then you will have arrived. So the bold choice is what we need right now. You got to trust the feeling here. Okay? Between these two, it feels like you've been making a lot of progress for a long time, and you've been, as much money as you've been making, you've been just still grinding away. You show up every day. You're putting your nose to the grindstone. You're not getting distracted by the progress or the success or the gains or the growth or the money. You keep doing it. It's like it doesn't matter how much you earn. You're showing up every day, 6 a.m. and putting in work. Putting in work, putting in work, putting in work. So you're probably building up a pretty nice storehouse of resources here. Okay? Because when we start getting the gains, it's very easy to start slacking off. But you've got this discipline, you've got this steadfastness that's keeping you on the path, no matter how much progress you're making. Well, that's how you make progress, right? That you keep traveling. You don't just stop on the path and turn around and say, wow, I've already come so far, let me just stay here. You keep going forward, you keep walking. The only way to get where you're going is to put one foot in front of the other, right? So you're making progress. This is the card of progress, gain. We're moving the needle. We are getting closer to the end zone because of your, work ethic, your commitment, your ability to kind of ignore the success, ignore the feelings, and just go. We're not stopping to celebrate. You got to keep going. You passed you passed the 100-mile mark. I don't care. Keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going, right? And we see that kind of effort with your Ten of Wands up here. You're the type of person that feels all the weight on your shoulders. This is fire right above you. This is like you feel the responsibility. You feel the pressure. This is the pressure cooker, but you're keeping that pressure on you. You're focusing on the pressure, right? Because it's keeping you moving forward at this very steady pace. Very, very steady pace. Okay? And it's, to me, it feels like you're not slowing down when you go through the dark, scary forest either. You're not, I don't know, like it's almost as if you're trying not to even notice that it's a dark, scary forest. You're just, one foot in front of the other, very steady, going, going, going. The Ten of Wands is kind of this idea of maximum effort. I think that you realize if you give something all of your energy, all of your attention, all of your thoughts, all of your words, all of your deeds, if you focus every resource you have on something, you can excel beyond anybody's expectations. So it feels like you know what you're capable of. Yeah. And I think this is something that you went all in. You put all of your energy here. And so, yeah, it's kind of scary now to think of the future and to think, well, what if it doesn't work? What if it never hits? What if it never comes through? What if it never really works? What if I never get that big ascension or that big breakthrough, right? So it makes sense that we're a little bit of course, this is scary. This is a moon card. We're scared. But this is sort of maximum effort, okay? All your hard work is going to pay off. Now, underneath the surface, we have this Princess of Wands. Just a little bit of drama, this one. I think you're somebody who you're very creative. I feel like you've got a lot of good ideas swirling around in that head of yours, but you're trying to keep with this current path. It's like we're trying to keep the Princess of Wands contained because this is a card that just wants to dance with the tiger. I want to go do something exciting. I want to do something different. But the Prince of Pentacles is saying, no, we're doing this step by step, day by day, one foot in front of the other, plodding along as steady as she goes. The princess is getting a little bit antsy. This is a card that loves to experiment. This is a card that loves to start new things, doesn't care about finishing them, just wants the excitement of the beginning, wants to follow what feels good, wants to feel what's exciting. I just want excitement in life. Somebody like that, And I feel like you do want excitement in life, but you also know that to really cross that threshold, let's say from amateur to professional, right? It's not just about it being exciting. I can't just pursue what feels good and what feels exciting to me. I have to find that thing. I have to find out what excites me in life, and then I got to pour my heart into it. What is it? You got to find what you love and let it kill you. I forgot who said that. But that's kind of the idea. We find what really excites us, and then we put all of our energy into it. And I think it's still exciting you, even if it may feel a little tedious and boring, a little bit routine at the moment. Okay? But this doorway is really that doorway between, for instance, amateur and professional, or something similar. It's that breakthrough kind of moment for you. In the past, we have the pressure cooker. This is you paying your dues. This is when you were just learning this whole thing. You were starting out, and you were getting hammered by life. You were being molded and shaped into the person that you are now. This is all the trials and tribulations that you had to go through to become the person that you are now that can steadily walk forward and go through this transition. This is the history. Your whole life has been banging you around on the blacksmith's anvil, in the pressure cooker, whatever metaphor you want to use, in order to shape you. Your entire history has been molding you and shaping you into this person. And I feel like that is such a profound thing to become aware of, about how your entire life was preparing you for this moment, to go through this doorway and do the thing, be the person, live that life, claim the reward, get to the end zone, have the breakthrough, go professional, whatever it is. Everything has been preparing you for that. Yeah. Whether we knew it or not, especially the challenges of life. Every time we felt like we got knocked down by life, we were changed a little bit. It changed our shape energetically until we are right here, right now, today, and we are the shape we are because of everything we've ever been through in life. And there's a profound appreciation for this. There's an awareness of this in you. Okay, and you have a thing with shellfish. What is the shellfish thing? You don't eat it, or you're allergic to it, maybe, or somebody near you, somebody close to you is allergic to shellfish. I don't know why that's coming to me right now. Also, there's a connection with, I feel like it's France, I think. I've never been there, but I feel like there's a connection for you there. Maybe a person, maybe that's someplace you've always wanted to go. Maybe you're there now, or maybe you're from there. I don't know. But there's some connection. It's an important place for you. I think there's somebody there that you know that you want to connect with again. Yeah. And I feel like it's somebody who went there, they had a kid and started a life, and you haven't seen them in a long time, but you kind of miss them. Does that make sense? Anyway, the pressure cooker, right? This is that realm where we pay our dues. This is that realm. This is the kitchen, right? You can't stand the heat. We get out of the kitchen. No, you stayed in there, and you were molded and shaped, and you've become the person you are today. And now in the future position with this moon energy, this is that threshold. The sun is just about to rise here. That light is just about to break through. You see the little solar disk at the bottom of the card. Well, that's the equivalent to this breakthrough happening over here. The light is just about to break through. Okay? But this is scary because there's no guarantee. Yeah. Let's talk about the path of the serpent. We have the Eight of Wands, obviously, as our general energy. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. The Eight of Wands is now pressure coming from inside, right? It's kind of like we've been under the pressure for so long. We've been using that pressure to motivate ourselves. Now we can kind of motivate. Now we don't need the pressure. Now the pressure comes from inside. So now there's no external constraints keeping you to the path. You're not in school anymore. You're not in training anymore, right? Now it's up to you to keep yourself going. It's like we've given you the tools. Back here, you learned the skills. Now it's up to you to keep yourself motivated, right? So you have this internal motivation, and this is you pushing outward and toward life. This is you trying to expand. This is you from your own source of power in here, expanding your life. Okay? We don't need any kind of external motivators anymore. We're motivating ourselves. Yeah. And really we're kind of being motivated by this Ten of Cups, this idea of bliss, this idea of the best life, this idea of every dream I've ever had coming true all at once. You know, it's an overwhelming feeling of, gosh, is this really right? Is this really real? Is this true? Is this really happening? You know, and we don't want to lose our center, you know, by thinking of this. So that's why the builder here just has their head down and is just plodding on going forward, because we're not trying to get distracted by this. Because this is that win where the sprinter is going to they're going to see the goal, and they're already going to be thinking of the champagne and the money and the TV commercials and the sponsorships and stuff, that they're going to be distracted on the last few meters of the race. And guess what? Someone's going to come from behind who's just running as fast as they can, not thinking about anything but running. And they're going to pass them up, and they're going to win. So we get distracted by the goal, we're lost. Okay, so the Prince of Pentacles is just head down, doing what you do, thinking about nothing but doing what you're doing. And the dark, scary forest is going to be nothing, and you're going to get to this win. Okay, and this is in your environment. This is like absolute dream come true. All right. And the Chariot card is in the position of the obstacle or the difficulty. The difficulty now is to really just keep your armor on. It's not, you don't want to celebrate too soon. You know, you think of somebody, any of these movies, right, Game of Thrones or something, right? Somebody that they think they've won the battle, so they take their helmet off, they take their armor off, and they're like, I won the battle. No, they're getting up, and they're going to come get you because you're not paying attention, right? So the difficult thing is for us to just sort of keep the blinders on and to stay moving forward. But the thing is, with this card, you're in service to something beyond yourself. Okay? That you're devoted to this path. And the river that you have to cross is basically to remember your devotion, remember why you're doing this, especially when you're scared going through the dark, scary forest. Fortify yourself, protect yourself, realize that there are no monsters here. Nothing here can hurt you. All you have to do is sort of put the visor down and stay on your game and keep going forward. Yeah. And you're going to break right through the ceiling, break right through the wall, right? Kind of Kool-Aid Man style. The light is breaking forth from underneath all of this. Your commitment, your steady grinding away at this has chiseled away enough of the crust that, you chisel that last piece, and then it just starts to crumble on its own because that light from inside is shining out. Okay, so to me, this really is that card of like a breakthrough. I think things are changing in your life really fast, and you got to trust your feeling here and your intuition, and trust this momentum that you have. Let's look at the mystery card. Empress, Sun card, Lover's card, a 9 or a 10 of Pentacles again, 9 or a 10 of Cups, anything along those lines. Yeah, maybe even the Universe or World card. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see. The Death card. Oh yeah, slow and steady wins the race, right? Slow and steady wins the race. And we realize that an overnight change, this isn't the Tower, right? Tower would have been instant success, exclamation point of life, like a big, huge, I feel like this is you realizing that overnight changes don't happen overnight. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady commitment. This is the Death card. It's not in a hurry. It's going to get to everybody. It's gradual change over the course of time. But now, when you reach that threshold and you step through that doorway, it's going to feel like an overnight thing because you're going from nighttime to daytime like that. It's not a gradual dawn, right? It's going to feel as if it's kind of instantaneous. Things are going to happen very, very quickly. But you know that it took you a long way, a long time to get here. And you're not going to lose the connection with the life, the road, your roots, We get so wrapped up in the success, we forget where we came from. No, you're never going to lose touch with how much you had to fight and struggle and just one foot in front of the other for probably years to get where you are and to get where you're going, So this is that recognition. And I think this is the slow and steady pace. Yeah, it's all coming to a head right now. And this is going to be really, really good. We're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do some Jing hexagrams. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link in the corner. There should be a link down below in the video description. New readings for Gemini Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you want to watch these readings at the website, go to doveandserpenttarot.com. You can also find me on Patreon. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. These readings are free. They don't cost anything. Right? Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.